Hi there, my name is Katie and welcome to Online Chair Yoga. For our practice today, you're going to need a chair, preferably one with no arms, because we'll be moving from side to side across the chair. And please just make sure that your chair is on a nice stable surface. So you might be practicing on the carpet, or if you're on the hardwood floor, maybe you want to put a yoga mat underneath your chair. We just want to make sure that we're not slipping and sliding around. So once you have your chair and your surface all set up, you can go ahead and sit down in your chair, bringing your hips to the edge of the chair, and then you can lean your shoulders back against the back of the chair. Relax all of your limbs down. Maybe you want to close your eyes here. And just start to focus in on your breath. Nice long inhales through your nose. Nice long exhales through your nose or your mouth. Just creating a nice, deep, slow pattern with your breathing. And while you are relaxing back, I'm going to read our devotional for today. Today's devotional comes from the book Praying the Names of God by Anne Spangler. And we're going to focus on the Hebrew name of God, Yahweh Tsuri. Tsuri is spelled Tsuri. Yahweh Tsuri, and it means the Lord is my rock. So again, just take some deep breaths while I read this over you. What better word than rock to represent God's permanence, protection, and enduring faithfulness? When you pray to the Lord, your rock, you are praying to the God who can always be counted on. His purposes and plans remain firm throughout history. The New Testament identifies Jesus as the spiritual rock that accompanied the Israelites during their long journey through the desert. Jesus is also described as the stone that the builders rejected, but that has become the cornerstone of God's church. Understanding the importance of this name and its references in the Bible, rocks provided shade, shelter, and safety in the wilderness, and were used to construct altars, temples, houses, and city walls. Heaps of stones were also used to commemorate important events in Israel's history. God's 10 Commandments given to Moses were etched on stone so that all generations would learn his law. The word rock epitomizes God's enduring faithfulness. The Hebrew noun sur, spelled Tsur, is often translated as rock or stone, while the Greek word for rock is Petra. To worship Yahweh Tsuri is to echo Hannah's great prayer of praise from 1 Samuel 2:2, which says, "There is no rock like our God." So maybe you picture all of this imagery from Scripture using rocks. Maybe you picture the 10 Commandments. You visualize heaps of stones commemorating important events. Or you're picturing rocks as shade or shelter. When you visualize these things, what is revealed to you about Yahweh Tsuri, the Lord is my rock? I'll give you a moment of breath to just reflect and visualize that. Another reflection question you might want to ponder is, how would your life be different if you experienced more deeply the truth that God is your rock? Take one more moment of breath here. And when you're ready, you can sit up nice and tall away from the back of your chair. We'll start to move. Take your left hand, you're gonna go ahead and sit on it, and point your elbow out towards the side. And then you're gonna bring your right ear to your right shoulder. And I'm feeling a really good stretch on the side of my neck here. Take a few breaths. And then bring your head back towards the center. You can release your hand, opposite side. So take your right hand and sit on it. Point your elbow out towards the side. And then bring your left ear to your left shoulder. Take a breath here. Bring your head back to center. You can release your hands. Let's warm up our shoulders a little bit. So go ahead and cactus or goal post your arms, bringing your elbows out to the side. And take a big inhale. As you exhale, you're gonna cross your arms in front of you, bringing one elbow on the bottom. And it doesn't matter which one because we're gonna switch sides. So inhale as you come back out. Exhale, cross again, bring the opposite elbow on the bottom. Inhale out, exhale, cross. Flow this back and forth as you flip whichever elbow is on the bottom. Really pairing the movement with your breath. Inhaling as you come out, exhale as you cross in. Come back out with your cactus arms. Now we're just gonna move our arms and our elbows up and down. Maybe you inhale as you reach up, exhale as you pull down. Inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down. Go at your own pace. Now take your palms, you're gonna flip them so your palms are facing the ground. And then inhale as you reach your arms forward, exhale as you reach your arms back. Inhale forward, exhale back. If your arms are feeling the burn like mine are, keep breathing through it, keep moving. Now go ahead and release your arms, just shake it out. You can rest your hands on your thighs. As you inhale, press your heart forward, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Maybe you look up towards the ceiling for a cow back bend. And then exhale, round your back, bring your chin to your chest, cat pose. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, round it back. Go at the pace of your own breath. Inhaling forward. Exhaling back. We're warming up our spine. Come back to the center. Go ahead and take your neck. You're just gonna roll it out in some full circles, nice and slow. Remembering to breathe. When you get back to the top, pause for a moment and then switch the direction of your circles. Slowly come back to the center. Go ahead and roll out your shoulders. Making sure to go one direction and then the opposite way. Go ahead and come back to the center, interlace your hands together, and just roll out your wrists in a figure 8. Welcoming any snap, crackles, and pops you might be hearing. You're just getting some fluid in your joints. You can go ahead and bring your hands down. Now I'm going to scooch over to the left side of my chair so I can step my left foot back. And see if you can get your foot as far back as you can. I'm on my toes, or on the ball of my back foot, and I'm really pressing my heel towards the back of the room, sitting up nice and tall. I'm feeling a good stretch down my leg. Hold it here and breathe. And then maybe you take the top of your foot or shoelace side of your foot and you plant that down. Now I'm feeling a good stretch on the top of my ankle. We're going to flow that back and forth. So come back onto your toes, press your heel towards the back of the room, and then flip your foot to the shoelace side. Come back onto your toes. Back onto the top of your foot. You can just flow that back and forth a couple times. We're just stretching and warming up our leg. Now you're going to take your back foot, I'm going to kick it forward, scooch back to the center of my chair, and my left ankle is going to cross over my right knee. You can always cross ankle over ankle if that feels better. If your ankle is crossed over your knee, see if you can press down on your knee while you pull up on your foot. This is going to try to get your shin a little more parallel with the ground. Maybe this feels like a good enough stretch right here. If you want a little bit more sensation, you can lean it forward, remembering to breathe through the stretch. On your next inhale, go ahead and come back up, keeping your leg crossed. Just roll out your ankle on this side. And then you can slowly uncross. We'll do the opposite side. So scooching to the right side of your chair so you can step your right foot back. Again, see if you can get it as far back as you can. I'm on my toes. Press your heel towards the back of the room. Sit up nice and tall. And then flip your foot so the top or shoelace side of your foot comes down onto the ground. Feel that stretch in the top of your ankle. Come back up onto your toes. Press your heel towards the back of the room. Flow that back and forth at your own pace. Coming onto your toes, top of your foot, toes, top of your foot while remembering to breathe. Now you can kick that back leg forward, scooch back to the center of your chair. Right ankle crosses over your left knee. You can always cross ankle over ankle. See if you can press down on your knee while you pull up on your foot. You can stay here or you can lean forward for a little bit more sensation. Remembering to breathe. Inhale your way back up, keep your leg crossed, but roll out your ankle on this side. Taking a breath. You can start to uncross. We'll get into our flow. So scooting to the edge of my chair so my back is away from the back of the chair, I'm going to widen my legs with my toes out, my heels in. This is called horse pose. And because we're talking about the Lord being our rock, we're going to work on our core today. It's said that if you have a rock solid core, that you build a lot of strength, and your core is what helps build strength in all the rest of your body. So having a rock solid core is really important, so we're going to work on that today. So in your horse pose, go ahead and goalpost or cactus your arms like we were doing at the beginning. Take an inhale, and then exhale, you're going to cross your arms. Your left elbow is going to come on the bottom. You can hug your shoulders. You can bring the backs of your hands together, or maybe you can do the double bind and bring the front of your palms together. These are eagle arms, and whatever variation you're doing is great. You're still getting the same stretch. Really squeeze your arms together. Maybe you lift your elbows a little bit higher. And then think of a pendulum on a clock, and you're going to kind of sway your eagle arms from side to side. So I'm feeling a stretch in my side body. Remembering to breathe. Still squeezing my arms together. And then come back up towards the center. You can unpretzel your arms. I'm going to bring my hands behind my back, interlacing my hands together. Press your knuckles down towards the seat of the chair. Here's where we're going to do that core engagement. So you have some muscles in your core called your transverse abdominal muscles, and they kind of wrap like a corset from your spine all the way around to your stomach and around your ribs, and it acts just like a corset. And we're going to engage those muscles in this next exercise. So hands behind your back. Imagine that you are trying to pull your belly button towards the back of your spine. So maybe you inhale, you kind of pull your belly button in. Exhale, release. Inhale, pull that belly button back. Exhale, release. It's just a really small movement, but it's helping you engage those core muscles. Remember to keep breathing. All right, you can just let your belly go. Release your hands, and then scooch over to the left side of your chair. You're going to step your left foot back, again on your toes, pushing your heel towards the back of the room. Your hips are twisted towards the front, and if you feel nice and balanced, you can lift your arms up for a crescent lunge. Take an inhale here. Exhale, you're just going to lean forward, making a diagonal with your upper body, and then inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, lean forward. Inhale, bring it back up. Now when you do this, see if you can pull that belly button in and engage your core while you're doing this movement. And remembering to breathe. It's kind of a lot to focus on. You're focusing on the movement, your breath, and that core engagement. So take it nice and slow, go at your own pace. Biggest thing is that you are remembering to breathe. Very nice. Come back up. You can relax your hands down onto your thigh. You're going to take your back leg, you're going to kick it forward and point your toes towards the front as you extend your leg long. And then take your right hand up and over. You're going to side bend towards your extended leg. This is called gate pose. Inhale your way back up. You can bring your leg back in. And let's just hula hoop circle it out to kind of reset your back. Remembering to breathe. All right, let's do all of that on the opposite side. So start in your horse pose with your toes out, your heels in, legs wide. Goalpost or cactus your arms. Take an inhale. Exhale, this time your right elbow comes on the bottom. Again, you can hug your shoulders, backs of palms. Maybe you can double bind the front of your hands together. Whatever variation of eagle arms you're doing is great. Squeeze towards the midline. Lift your elbows a little bit higher, and then start your pendulum swings from side to side. Remembering to breathe. Come back to the center. You can unwind your arms, bring your hands behind your back, interlacing. Press your knuckles down towards the seat of the chair. And then let's start that core engagement. So pull your belly button in, exhale to release. Inhale, pull that belly button in, exhale, release. Inhale, exhale, go at the pace of your own breath. Feeling that rock solid core that you're building. And then you can release your hands, scooch over to the right side of your chair so you can step your right foot back. I'm on the ball of my back foot, heel is pressing towards the back of the room, hips are twisted towards the front. Inhale your arms up, exhale, lean it forward. Inhale, come up, engage that core, pulling your belly button in, and exhale, lean it forward. Remember to keep breathing. You're moving while also being mindful of your core. Inhale your way back up. You can release your hands. You're going to take your back leg, kick it out to the side, extending it long. Toes point towards the front. Take your left hand up and over. Side body stretch in that gate pose. Inhale back to the center. You can come back to the center of your chair. Let's hula hoop circle it out. Very nice. Coming back to the center, we're going to continue doing this same flow. You're always welcome to keep doing it seated, or if you'd like to try the same flow but standing, you can stand up and walk behind your chair. Very nice. Whether you're seated or standing, make your way into horse pose with wide legs, toes out, heels in. If you're standing, you're going to sit down on your imaginary chair. Goalpost or cactus your arms. Your left elbow is the one coming on the bottom. Make your way into your variation of eagle arms. Squeeze your arms together, lift your elbows a little higher, and then start your pendulum swings from side to side. Remembering to breathe. Coming back to the center, you can release your arms. If you're standing, go ahead and straighten your legs. Bring your hands behind your back, interlaced. Push your knuckles down towards the floor. Start to engage those core muscles. So inhale, pulling your belly button in. Exhale, releasing. Inhale, pull it in. Exhale, release. Go at the pace of your own breath. Building that rock solid core. Go ahead and release your hands. And if you're seated, you're gonna scooch to the left side of your chair. If you're standing, you're gonna take your left foot and step it back. Right foot is gonna come forward. You're bending into your front knee. If you're standing, I'm gonna be planted down on my foot. Hips are twisted towards the front. If you're standing and you feel nice and balanced, maybe you lift your arms up towards the sky. Take an inhale. Exhale, you're gonna lean it forward. Inhale, come up. Exhale, lean. Maybe you try engaging those core muscles, pulling your belly button in as you do this movement, all while remembering to breathe. Very nice. Go ahead and bring your arms down. If you're seated, you're gonna take your back leg and you're simply just gonna kick it out long to the side and do your gate pose by leaning towards your extended leg. If you're standing, you can do this standing, or you have the option to scooch to the right side of your chair, putting your left leg on the seat of the chair, your heel on the chair, your toes up towards the sky, and then you can reach over with your right hand into a standing gate pose. This gets a little bit deeper into the stretch. Holding it here and breathing. Inhale as you come back up. Gently remove your foot from the seat of the chair. You can either scooch back to the center of your chair if you're seated, or come standing behind your chair if you're standing. I'm just gonna widen my legs a little bit. Let's hula hoop, circle it out. Taking a breath. And we will set up to do the opposite side. So widen your legs, toes out, heels in. Move into your horse pose. Goalpost or cactus your arms. This time your right elbow comes on the bottom. Get into your variation of those eagle arms, squeezing towards the center, lifting your elbows. Start your pendulum swings from side to side. Remembering to breathe. Coming back to the center, you can release your hands, straighten up if you're standing. Bring your hands behind your back, pressing your knuckles down towards the floor. Start to engage those core muscles. So inhale your belly button in, exhale, release. Go at the pace of your own breath. Imagine your core as a rock solid foundation to your strength. Go ahead and release your hands. If you're seated, you're going to scooch to the right side of your chair. If you're standing, you're going to swing your right leg back, left leg comes forward. Bend into your front knee. I'm planted on my back foot. Hips are twisted towards the front. Inhale your arms up if you feel nice and balanced. And then exhale, lean. Inhale up. Exhale, lean. Add in that core engagement, pulling in your belly button. Remembering to breathe. Go ahead and bring your hands down. You can either take your back leg, kick it out to the side, and do your gate pose towards the right. Or if you're standing, you can move to the left side of your chair. Right leg comes on the seat of the chair, heel on the chair, toes up towards the sky, and then move into your gate pose, leaning towards your extended leg. Take a breath here. Slowly come out of it by coming back to the center. You can move back to the center of your chair. Let's just hula hoop circle it out. If you are still seated, I would encourage you to stand up as we move into our balance practice. I'm going to stand on the left side of my chair. The chair, or the foot that's closest to the chair, is your grounding leg, so take a step forward with that one. Your outside leg, I'm going to bend my foot towards the back of the room, bending my knee at a 90-degree angle, flexing into my foot. This is called flamingo pose. Make sure that your knees are aligned and straight, that you don't have a knee coming out like this, but that you're standing up nice and tall. And if you feel balanced and you want to practice your balance, maybe you let go of the chair and spread your flamingo wings. It always helps your balance to pick a spot on the floor in front of you, something that's not moving, that you can just stare at. Remember to breathe. One more inhale, exhale, you can release, shake it out. Let's walk to the other side of our chair. Again, leg that's closest to the chair, take a step forward, that's your grounding leg. Your outside knee is gonna bend, 90-degree angle, flex your foot towards the back of the room. Make sure your knees are nice and aligned, and then maybe you spread your flamingo wings on this side, picking that focus point on the floor in front of you. And remembering to breathe. Take one more inhale. Exhale, you can release, shake it out. Beautiful flamingo poses. And then come back to seated in your chair. We're gonna do two more little exercises. So scooch to the edge of your chair, so your back is away from the back of the chair. And I'm gonna take my left leg and I'm gonna swing it around in a half circle towards the back of my chair and then swing it forward. So you just imagine you're making a half circle with your foot. Maybe once you get this movement down, you can engage that core. Pull your belly button in. Remember to breathe. Come back to the center, we'll do the opposite side. So right leg is gonna swing in that half circle and swing it back. Get the movement down first and then engage your core. Pulling your belly button back towards your spine without holding your breath. Move back towards the center. Realign yourself so you're still at the edge of your chair. Lean your shoulders back against the back of the chair. Maybe you bring the soles of your feet together so that your knees open up like a butterfly or a book. Maybe you close your eyes. Focus in on your breath again. Nice long inhales through your nose. Nice long exhales through your nose or your mouth. While I read the last part of our devotional over you, you have the option to stay here in this butterfly pose, or if it's more comfortable, you can relax all of your legs down, making your legs straight, and getting into that pose that we started class with. Just make sure your breathing is nice and slow, nice and even. Be proud of the rock solid core muscles that you built today. Again, I want to have you ponder the question, how would your life be different if you experienced more deeply the truth that God is your rock? Yahweh Tsuri. I want to read this scripture from Isaiah 26, 3 through 4. It says, "With perfect peace you will protect those whose minds cannot be changed, because they trust in you. Trust Yahweh always, because Yahweh alone is an everlasting rock." God brings steadiness to the chaos of our daily lives. He wants to be intimately involved in your life. Imagine yourself surrounded by Yahweh Tsuri, God as your rock. I'll give you a few more moments of breath here. When you're ready, you can sit up nice and tall, away from the back of your chair. We'll take one more group breath together. Inhaling your arms up overhead, exhaling your hands to your heart. Thanks for joining me for class today. If you would like to continue reflecting on this name of God, Yahweh Tsuri, and reminding yourself throughout the week that the Lord is your rock, there is a worship song that is linked below this video that you can listen to. I encourage you to play it throughout your week and just remind yourself that God is your rock. So look for that song link in the description below this video, and I will see you at our next practice.